What's going on, everybody? Jamie here from FMSCOUT. In today's video, we are bringing you two Spanish players that you guys should be signing on every single save if it's possible. Now, these two players can be signed for a combined fee of about 1.1 million, so it's in a lot of teams' budgets, and the teams that these two players play for aren't really that good. It's also worth noting that these players have a potential ability of -8, which means that one, they're classed as a Wonderkid, and two, they can go between 130 and 160. So all saves will be different. One save you do, it might be 140, one save might be 130, and one save might be 160. So how this is work, I'm going to send both of these players to the exact same team, and we're going to see their development over 5 years. Now, of course, they can still improve after them 5 years, but I just want to see what they can do and how quickly they can improve over 5 years for the price of 1.1 million. Keep saying 1.1 million very enthusiastically just because that is a really cheap price for Wonderkids that can turn out to be incredibly good for your team. But don't forget, if you enjoy our content, hit that subscribe button. If you enjoyed today's video, hit that like button. But let's go and have a look at these two players. Player number one is the attacking midfielder. He can play attacking midfielder, he can play enganche, he can play advanced playmaker, and he can play shadow striker. You could even retrain him as a central midfielder if you don't play attacking midfielder. Is valued at £500. His name is Roberto Abreu, Spanish, 18 years old, £300 per week. He's got a good personality, which means he will improve quicker, and his media description is a young attacking midfielder. Now, this guy is available. He does have a release clause of 950k, which is, you know, this is more expensive than the first one. But he is playing at the Betis Deportivo, which is the B team for Real Betis. So, you know, bid a million or bid 950k, and you'll be able to get him in the first season. And generally, he accepts at a lot of different clubs. Even I've seen him be accepted in the Championship as well. So, yeah, that's player number one. I'll obviously tell you guys where we're going to send him in a minute, but let's go and have a look at player number two. Rodri, the Spanish 15-year-old. Now, he doesn't look amazing, if I'm honest. I mean, he's a central defender. He's only got 12 tackling, but don't forget this guy's 15 years old. He's got 15 determination, 14 decisions, 14 positioning. He's got everything as a 15-year-old. He's playing at Leonessa, the B team as well. The guy is on a youth contract, so you can bid and get the 125 accepted, or you can approach to sign, and you'll see it's about 140, but that does rise to potentially 240 if you do that. And you can see his wages as well. Only 4.2k, so very, very cheap. But again, if you do go back, and let's go back to his profile, you can obviously go to make an offer, and they generally accept about 120 if you negotiate that down. But let's go and show you now where exactly we've sent these two players. I have decided to send them both to Ajax and play in the Ajax first team from the start. You can see they've both got future fees to Manchester City, so they won't leave Ajax. But, you know, everything's the same. In fact, I think this is a little bit less. I mean, this guy has got less determination on this save, so that might affect some things. You can also see Rodri as well. I think, actually, the picture I've just shown you had 17 determination, so not this guy. Roberto had 17, so it all depends on the save that you do, but this guy does have a max of potential of 160, so it will reach 160. So hope the best thing to do is always just get a scout report on the players before you decide to sign them. You know, potential ability and minus potential is there just to give you, because, you know, we haven't really seen them, so we don't know how they're going to develop. The guy's only 15 years old, for example, the other player, so it just might not develop well. So nobody knows. That's why players do get a negative potential. So, but yeah, let's go forward one more year and see exactly what they can do at Ajax. Firstly, Ajax won the league, which means they have got something under their belt in terms of milestones. So a good start. If we go to their profiles now, let's start with the attacking midfielder. You can see he made 4. Let's go to his season stats, actually. So he made 33 appearances, 7 goals, 3 assists, and he also played some appearances in the cup as well. If we go back now, you can see attribute-wise, he is starting to look better. He's now gone up to 2-star. Previously, it was a half at 1.5. And we're already seeing improvement in the first season. You can see dribbling has gone up by 1, composure, determination, positioning, and a lot of his physical stats have gone up by 1 as well. So this guy, if he gets 40 appearances in the first season, is going to improve. And, you know, the guy cost like so cheap. It's unbelievable. So the centre-back doesn't look as good. He only made 27 appearances. Let's go and have a look at his season stats. So he played in the Eredivisie. I mean, he actually played in the Champions League. The attacking midfielder didn't. So this guy has started to play in the Champions League. He made 18 appearances in the Eredivisie. Played some appearances in the Cups as well. Let's go to his progress now. He's actually had a big decline in something. Bravery, wow. Let me just have a look at that. So his bravery went from 9 to 6. He lost, wow, how? Has he been injured? Okay, so he had a 5-month injury. Okay, so yeah, not great. So I mean, it happens. Like, I can't control that, obviously. But yeah, that major injury has not been great. Hopefully he can improve that over the next few years if he doesn't get injuries. But let's have a look all time. And I think that's kind of cost him a few, though. He has had an improvement on his concentration. But generally not a great season for Rodri, though he has played a few games. And he's got a good rating, to be fair. But no, that's interesting. I want to see what happens next season. Okay, season 2 now. And Ajax have finished champions again on 79 points. We're going to look at all the milestones and everything after this. And all the fixtures and stuff like that regarding Champions League and stuff. That'll be at the end of the video, so stick around. But if we look at Roberto first, the attacking midfielder. He made 40 appearances last season. He made 43 this season. Let's look at the career stats. So you can see 33 in the league, 7 goals, 3 in the first season. No assist this year, but scored 5 goals. He actually did worse this year, which is pretty interesting. Did he feature this year in the Champions League? He did. So he was in the Champions League this year. He made 8 appearances, no goals, and 1 assist. So not as good as season 1, but what's he done regarding his progress? Let's go to attributes. And he is still improving, you know? I mean, you can't complain at this. He is still looking better. And a lot more 1s. There's 3 now, some 2s. 2 on his dribbling's gone to 10. His first touch has gone to 15. His agility's gone to 13. Stamina and strength are both improving as well. So, I mean, overall, he's doing okay. So, on to Rodri. And Rodri this season made 32 appearances. Scored 5 goals as a centre-back, which is pretty good. You can see Champions League, he made 2 appearances. But yeah, 5 goals as a centre-back. I'm hoping his finishing's gone up. Let's go into his development and his progress. You can see the bravery has started to have a little improvement. He actually got his bravery back up to 9. Wow, that's incredible. Let's go to all-time. So you can see it doesn't look like there's no improvement on bravery because it was already 9 at the start of the save. But no injuries this season, and his improvement has been great. You know, his tackling's gone up. His penalty taking's gone up. His corners have gone up. Anticipation, his concentration. A really good season. So very happy in the second season. Let's go to the third season now. And 3 years in a row, Ajax have won the league. Let's go to Roberto. And a kind of bit of an up and down, but we are in pre-season right now, so that makes sense. But you can see he's only 2.5 star still. He hasn't quite made it to that 4.5 star potential yet. If we go to his season stats, he made 12 appearances in the Champions League, so they got into the knockout rounds. The Eredivisie, he made 33 appearances, 3 goals and 5 assists. And in the Cup, 5 goals in 6 appearances with 2 assists. So a really good season again, but needs to get a few more goals and a few more assists as a attacking midfielder, definitely. In terms of the guy's progress, let's have a look. Let's go to attributes and all-time. Again, they are still improving. Don't forget the guy at the minute is only 21, so he's got a few more years to improve. So they are improving, which is a great thing. But let's go and have a look at Rodri. And Rodri is now 2.5 star in terms of current ability. Let's have a look at his stats now. So he's made 11 appearances in the Champions League, 1 goal and 2 assists. I'm a bit concerned that my centre-back is scoring more than my attacking midfielder. The guy scored 7 goals again this season. He's scoring loads of goals, which is crazy. He also scored in the Cup as well. If we go to his development now, let's go and have a look at all time. And you can see, you know, his tackling's gone up to 13 now. I'm assuming this guy could probably reach about 16 in tackling. I mean, his concentration's gone up to 16, which is amazing. Bravery has stuck the same. I feel like that would have gone up as well. But positioning's really good. His physical attributes now are looking much stronger. So yeah, Rodri is looking a lot better than the attacking midfielder. And on to Season 4, Ajax won the league again. So that's 4 years in a row they have won the league with Ajax. I mean, it's kind of expected, I guess. But let's look at Roberto. This season, he made 31 appearances. Let's go on to his season stats. So, Eredivisie didn't play in the Champions League, which is interesting. But 31 appearances, 6 goals and 3 assists, but only got a 6.9 average rating. And that's kind of the most he's done, I guess, in regards to his kind of history. I mean, he scored 7. So, the first season was actually the best, which doesn't really make sense. I mean, he was only 18 at the time. But, yeah, very interesting. I mean, you'd expect him to do better as he gets older. And it's because of his attributes improving, that kind of makes sense. So, in terms of his attributes, though, you can see they are still getting better. 6. And look at that. 6 improvement on composure. Wow. 4 on dribbling. 2 on passing. His passing's now 15. Mentally looking very strong. Strength has gone up by 4 to 8, but that's still quite low anyway. And his balance is 12. That's crazy. On to Rodri now. Let's look at Rodri. You can see his attributes right here. I don't know if we're going to be able to... We've got one more sim left. I don't think we're going to be able to get the tackling to 16. But don't forget, the guy is younger. He's only 19 still. So I'm assuming you can get that tackling to that. If we go to his season stats first, you can see he's made 6 appearances in the Champions League, 3 in the Europa League, 33 in the Eredivisie, scoring 2 goals, 5 in the Cup and 1 in the other Cup as well. Let's go back to his development now. Look at his progress. If we go to all-time, there's still a lot of improvement everywhere, and maybe not as much as the attacking midfielder. But this guy's concentration, man, 17. It's gone up 5 times. I know, I think the AMC, we've got one of 6, haven't we? So 6 is the record at the moment, but 5 on the concentration is really, really good, especially for a centre-back. The final season, and Ajax won the league title 5 years in a row. And you can see, obviously, the assistant manager and the director of football are not spending any money. If we go to Roberto, though, let's look at the attacking midfielder. This is how he looks after 5 years. Don't forget, ignore the value. I mean, if this guy didn't have a future transfer, I'm assuming this guy would be probably valued at around 40 to 50 million for a player you sign for less than £1 million. It's incredible, right? And he looks really good. Like, you can't deny it. He does look incredibly good. Maybe he's not performed as well as we thought in regards to his season stats this season as well. Only 3 goals, 4 assists, but you know, my assistant might be playing him in the wrong position. So, but let me know in the comments if you've used, you know, Roberto Abreu, and just let me know of your experiences with him. Just maybe you can help somebody else. Maybe you played him in a different role. You didn't play him as an AP. You played him as an AM. You know, let me know in the comments because it might just help somebody out. I mean, he didn't reach his potential. He's still got time to go. 3-star, he's got potential of 4. So he's still got time to improve as well. On top of that, let's look at the final progress. If we go to all-time, you can see, I mean, 7 on composure, 5 on anticipation, 4 on dribbling, 3 on heading. You know, some of the big ones. Technique has gone up to 16 as well. And physical has gone up a lot as well. So the guy's had a really good progress in 5 years. And it's kind of what you'd expect for a player like this. So let's go and look at Rodri. So this is how Rodri looks. Tackling of 14, concentration, decisions, and positioning are all very good. But we didn't get that tackling up to 14. But don't forget, he's only 20 years old. He's valued at 10.75 million right now. That should be, at this point, around 30 to 40 million if he had no future transfer. This season, though, he scored 2 goals, he assisted twice, 18 appearances. And let's look at his development as well. So you can see all time, he's had another injury. That's the problem. I think he's a little bit injury prone. So let's look at his injury history. You can see he had a major injury, a broken lower leg for 5 months. So after all that work of getting his bravery back up, look at that. That is crazy. So he started at 9. He went down to 6. We got him back up to 9. And he went down to 7. Okay, that's not great. If we go to all time, though, you can see, I mean, he has had a lot of improvements over, you know, 6 on concentration. That's a lot of attribute increases, and 2 on tackling. I mean, technically, you would have liked him to improve a little bit better, but he's got the key stats for a centre back. You know, heading, marking, and tackling. On top of that, really good mentals and really good physicals. So he's done the job, and that's the main thing. Though I'm just checking, has he scored more goals? So he's got 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. So he scored 16 goals. This is not going to be great if he scored more than the attacking midfielder. So what was that? Was 13 goals, was it? Let me just double check. I go back. So he scored 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 16 goals, sorry. So he scored 16 goals. This can't be happening, surely. So we've got... No, he's not. Okay, so, I mean, it's very close, which is kind of a worry. So if you want a centre-back that scores goals, definitely look at Rodri 100%. Like, almost scored as many goals as the attacking midfielder. But I want to check their milestones now. So what have they won in their career with Ajax? Now, they have, of course, they've won the John Cruyff Cup. They've won the Toto. They've won the Eredivisie 5 times. But there's been nothing in the Champions League. So, I mean, he's won 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 trophies with Ajax. You know, that's a success, right? That's a big success. How about Rodri? Let's go to his milestones. So he's won 1, 2, I'm assuming the same. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Yes, 11. And you can see he's done a few things as well with Spain and things like that. But yeah, a really good career. I hope you guys have enjoyed this. We went quite in depth with all this. So if you have enjoyed it, please let me know in the comments. I know some people like to see the development over 5 years before they make, because it's a big decision to sign a player, especially if you've got like shortage of balances and transfer budgets. It's a big decision. So yeah, hope you've enjoyed it. Let me know in the comments if you have. Hit a like on that video, and I'll see you all next time. Goodbye, everybody.